Alrighty then. Looks like everything is up and running. That's fantastic. Let's close this down right here and let's have ourselves a day. So today I think the thing we're gonna do is we're going to do a little speed running action. So the way this is gonna work, we're gonna do a single player session here. We're gonna create a brand new character. And so it's going to be really important for us to choose the proper class. So what we're trying to do is we want to kill all three bosses as quickly as humanly possible. We're not necessarily going to be building anything. We're not necessarily going to be doing anything real crazy. But what we do want is we want to choose the proper class. I think the phalanx is actually going to be the one. This shield, shields don't have armor values, but their damage with shield dash is based on armor values. So you can get like the maximum possible damage with just a regular old wooden shield, I think. We're gonna have to try that. And so I think we're gonna be a phalanx. And we are going to be let's see. We want to be Speed Hermit. Yeah, so we're gonna start as a phalanx. We're gonna get bonus to shield skill. We're gonna get wooden shield. This is going to really help us. And then we're gonna choose that character. And then we're gonna create a new world. Now, I've never beat the first boss on a small world. I don't know. So I have built a small world one time. And unfortunately, during that, I didn't really understand. I couldn't find the first boss. So I think we're going to keep with a standard. We're going to keep with a random seed. And we're going to call this also Speed Hermit. I can type. Oh my god. That was interesting. Okay. So now we've got Speed Hermit. And we're going to go in here and we're just going to see how quickly can I kill all three bosses. Now, my plan is to not actually need to fight the first boss and to just farm the first boss until I get the full set of gear. Yeah, and I'm not even gonna kill the first boss, like, myself. I guess one thing I do need is I am gonna have to build a blacksmith, and then I am going to have to get a pot. There are two reasons. I'm gonna need to be able to remake the boss, and I'm going to need I'm going to also need to be able to make anti-poison potions. So something we're going to need is... Yeah, I think I've got a pretty good plan. I'm pretty set on the path that I think I'm going to go. Should be pretty good. should be pretty good. We're gonna use traps to kill the first boss because that's definitely the best way to go about it. Once we kill the first boss, we'll get the ability to make a blacksmith station. I think the blacksmith station is probably the only station we need. I don't see any need for like a leather worker or anything like that. We may end up needing to actually make bronze gear. That might turn out being a requirement. I'm not really sure. So the world is made, and we're loading in here. I don't imagine this first run is going to be like the peak speed. So we're going to keep it pretty general. We've got 3:08 right now is my local time. Actually, there's probably a time in the game. So I don't need to be able to get this down to the second. Somebody's going to beat me. I'm going to beat myself. All right, so away we go, looking for some flint and some sticks. There's some flint. Ooh, I haven't played this game in like 36 hours. All right. Okay. Give me a stick. All right, we got all the sticks we need. We claim that. We're going to make ourselves a pickaxe. We're going to make ourselves an axe. And now we need 3 flints. All right, there we go. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, now we can claim that reward. Now we need to chop down and get a plank. So the thing that we're doing right now, we want to get through the intro because I don't know how to get it to turn off. We need to place a workbench. Apparently I need more sticks. So this is all information that I need to get worked out. You know, how many sticks do I need? All kinds of different stuff like that. We're going to claim that reward. We need to build this. Do we even need to build these? We really don't. Let's see if I can get rid of the tutorial. Let's turn off show tutorial. Let's reset. Let's apply. Okay, well, I can't get it to turn off. But I think we're going to go ahead and just skip the rest of the tutorial. And there's a reason for that. I don't... Hang on. We want to break this. So I don't need the city because... Oh, you know what? Actually, we need to go in here. Yep, we wanted those meats. Anytime we get a chance to get those boxes with the nice, got a little coal there. I'm not gonna worry. Oh, I think I have to worry about this guy. Anyway. So anytime I get an opportunity to get those boxes with the little X's on top, they're going to give me 2 things that I'm going to need. And that is, they're going to give me charcoal, and they're going to give me food. And I need a little bit of charcoal for... making some copper for that pot that I want to make. And then I need the food, obviously, so I don't die. Having a little bit of trouble trying to find this boss, though. What am I doing? I'm breaking random trees that I don't need to break. Hey, we got a bunch of good stuff there, though. We also need to actually kill some of these crab monsters. That strange crab meat is going to be a requirement for us to be able to... Going to be a requirement for us to be able to... ooh, nice hidden box here. We're going to go ahead and get this because it might have like some potions or something in it. And that's actually going to be pretty valuable to us. Yeah, got a potion there. Let's go ahead and eat all these. And then we're going to put our other meats, our good meats, right down here. Nice. Okay. So we're just looking. Hey, there's a duder. We are going to need a duder at some point. Ooh, there's a ballista here. That's new. I've never seen that before. F that. Okay. This is turning out to be a lot more difficult than I previously gave it credit for. But we do need that duder, and there's boxes with X's on them in there. We also need this duder because we need those. Ooh, and another hidden chest. Yeah, baby. Oh, I didn't get the poison. I need these poison shrooms. They're also for the antidote potions. Oh. So we won't be going... That guy is rough. We're not going to be going... Got to admit... Thought we were going to break that. Man, that guy kicks my ass. Okay. You know what we might need a leather worker for? We could probably use a leather worker for making us a little, a tent. Oop, here's another... I'm gonna keep getting these because of things like rusted copper hosta. I don't really care about my weapon, but that copper hosta is significantly stronger than my sword was. Okay, here we go. This will tell us where the boss is. It's gonna make me really sad when I find out that I've walked past the boss. Okay, I haven't. So we just gotta go right up this way. Oh, I've left a poison there, but that's okay. There it is. Alright, so we found our boss. The reason that I kept my my building, my construction tool, is we're not going to fight this boss in a traditional way. We are instead going to fight this boss like this. So the reason we're going to do this is it's going to make it way faster for us to kill this boss repeatedly. It's easier, it's faster, it requires less gear. I don't have to go out of my way to go find or make a bow. I can just come right over here and boom, we're fucking going. So I'm going to just be forcing the boss to run back and forth across the hot rocks. And that'll be it. The boss should die. Super easy. About as easy as I'm gonna die myself. I probably could just do a 2x2, but I think the boss is big enough that this 3x3 will hit them, and the more of these that hit them at a time, the faster they die. And so we just want to make sure that we're killing them as quick as humanly possible. Because we are going to have to kill them probably 4 or 5 times, depending on gear drops. Because we need the full gear set. Because we're not going to make a leather worker, and we're not going to farm out like a copper gear set. That would be booty cheeks and take way too long. I don't know if we're going to need to farm out a bronze gear set. If we do, then we'll probably build down in the desert to have a blacksmith down there. So we'll just have to see. I'm gonna get pushed off onto the fire here. But yeah, so far we don't actually need any sort of base. I guess we are gonna need a base here in just a moment. But let's go ahead and get filled up here. Alright, let's summon the boss. And we're just gonna... Oop. I screwed that up real good. Yeah. There we go, though. Boss is just gonna walk over here and just chill right on top of all this fire. Easy day. Nice. Gonna loot all that, put that gear on. I guess I do actually need an altar and a base, because I need to turn this in, because I am gonna need a blacksmith for the pewter core thing. But we're gonna build this right here, if I'm being perfectly honest. So let's go ahead and do that. Then we're going to need our altar. Got a free rock right here. Now it's nighttime, which sort of upsets me. But let's go ahead. Let's offer this thing up. Nice, we got our shit done. Stupid pot man is taking my freaking thing. Let's go ahead and interact with that. Thank you. So we completed our quest. Now we get access to the blacksmith, which is fantastic. And then we're actually going to go ahead and we're going to make ourselves a blacksmith. Because we don't want to be waiting for days. Ooh, nice. What do we need? We need 5 wood, 5 rocks. All right. There's definitely a lot of RNG potential involved with this. If you don't get trees like super close or, you know, a bunch of little stuff like that. Hell, every time you have to fight an enemy, you're kind of being put into a bad situation. Hey, that almost sucked. If that tree had only given me 1, that would have been a sad day. Now we need to get... Let's see, we need a cart. We're going to build this over here. We need 2 of those. We're going to break this, because if we don't, we could potentially lose one of these logs. Yeah, there we go. Need those 3 logs. And then... we're gonna need... boom. And... can I please go? Put that away, grab that. Now we need to find some clay. There's some pretty far over here. I would have liked to have been able to find some that's a little closer, but that's fine. That'll be good enough. We just need to run through all this here. It should pretty much be right here. Okay. So we come right here, we get this, boom. I'm putting that down outside of the cart because sometimes it can be a little bit difficult. You know what else we need? I think we need 3 copper ores, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll get those 2. And then we're going to need a person. We know where that person is. We'll go back and get them. There's a copper ore there. Honestly, there's plenty of copper ore in this first little zone. This is great. By the time I get all set up here, we're actually going to be on a new day. And so the boss will be back. And then we can kill it again. And then we'll have our eye and all of our other stuff. And we can make what we need. So we've got ourselves plenty of charcoal. We're going to toss that in there. Going to toss in these coppers. Get a couple of copper bars, and we're going to go check. I'm not 100% on how many coppers we need. Oh, that's right. Gotta get a person. Shit. The person is over here. Maybe right here. Need to eat a little food real quick. Poop. Lost my duder. There he is. Alright, duder.
Huh?
Send you to the town. Nice. And then we're just going to make ourselves a little pewter pot. Copper, copper, copper. There we go. Cauldron. It needs 5. How do I have... Oh, because I got copper from the boss. Ooh. That's interesting. So you get 3 copper and you get charcoal from the boss. I didn't even think about that because I'm going to be killing the boss. Interesting. Which should make it much easier if I need to get bronze in the future. Should make it a lot easier. Oh, I'm going to need a potter so I can make pots. Damn. How do I even get a potter? Okay, well, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. For now, we just need that guy there. And we don't have ballistas, so we can't use ballistas. All we can really do is let this boss beat his own ass here. Alright, perfect. We get all of our stuff out of here. That breaks, sure. And then we just come right back up to our pewter pot. We craft one of those and we trigger it. And the reason that we did that is because we don't have the full gear set yet. And that's all we're after. We are going to keep fighting this guy and keep killing him here with our little stuffs until we get our full gear set. Or get killed over and over again. Oh, the Minerva Guardian returns to the sky when she kills you? Oh no. I hope that, like, the egg respawns and I just have to start the fight over. No. Ooh, that, like, breaks the whole run. Because now I gotta wait, because I can't make another totem, because I don't have another eye. Damn. That sucks. What's up, Raider? How are you today? Okay, so I can't build a potter. So I gotta wait a whole day here. What's something I can do? Something I should do is put this here. The thing that I can do, actually, is I need to go search for potions and all kinds of stuff like that. So let's go around looking for boxes and stuff. Because that'll always be useful to me, not bears. Oh my gosh, is that a desert satyr? Hey, I got the Pisafax War already. That's cool. Yeah, I'm not going to be getting that copper because I don't need it. Because copper gear isn't better than the boss gear. So we're trying to do a speed run, and a part of that is I think a part of that is going to be not worrying about, like, bronze gear and stuff. We also need to check our favors. Do we not have any favors still? Gross. I am going to need a few favors. Yeah, I will be getting maybe some bronze. But I don't know for sure if I'm actually going to need it or if I'm going to be able to kill the bosses without. When I made my character, I made it a phalanx, so I got bonus in shield first. You asked if apples will end up in the cooking tree. Are there not things that you can cook with apples already? I could have sworn there were. Ooh, nice. We got 2 of those. Oh, no, that's right. We don't have any way to get pots. Man, I really need a way to get empty pots. That's like massive. Was that kind of cheating? Yes. I also know that there is a secret chest right here. Because there's always a secret chest right here. Ooh. Did I just get some crit chance? Yeah, I did. Nope, don't want to go in there. Gladius. Yeah, so the reason I'm specifically using the shield is shield damage is based off of your armor. So I don't need to get a good shield because shields don't provide any armor. So there's no there's nothing that's gonna force me to need to like stop and get bronze because the shield dash will just use my armor values. So I don't have to like make a bronze something because the Cyclops has that DPS check phase right at the end. And without a bronze weapon and some significant weapon skill, I don't think you can kill it. And so the concern was that I was going to run into not being able to complete that phase of the Cyclops. And I think this is probably just the fastest way that I can get enough damage. Magic might help, but then again, I've got to like find a good magic. And if I don't, if I don't get Vulcan or something like that really quickly, then I could run into a problem. I really screwed myself by dying to this boss. That really sucks. What is Venus's perfume? I'm pretty sure it just gives a bunch of gives a bunch of favor or something, or it does something that's not in the game yet, maybe. Oh, did I just get poisoned? What the hell? That's a desert satyr. Okay, we run away now. This is bullshit, ref. Oh, God. Alright, this dude's an asshole. God damn it. Yeah, a lot of them are. Not everyone. Like you can get a level 2 farmstead. As well as, I believe, level 2 lumber yards. But yeah, and also the material storage you can get to level 2. Crap. Oh, I actually wasn't that far from this spot. So I can just go get my corpse here. Daylight will be coming here soon enough. We might want to go ahead and just drop off some chests here. Yeah, I can't believe I botched that. I'd already be heading for the desert right now, if it wasn't for the fact that I screwed that up. Let's actually take that out and take that out. And let's get ourselves a fire pit. Because we've got a lot of these meats here. Might as well make use of them. Goodness. It makes me so sad that I fucked that up so bad. How else can I get the empty pot that I need? The only way that I can think of to get empty pots is to actually craft them. I don't know that I've ever gotten... Oh, a merchant. Hang on. Can I build a merchant? No. What do I need to build a merchant? Oh, that's gonna take forever. Because instead of building a potter, I could probably, because if I build the potter, I also have to build a material storage. And then I also either need to bring clay to the material storage, or I need to I'm pretty sure this is mercury right here. And yeah, mercury takes like any I guess we can offer a bones. Any of this stuff that's like worth currency, mercury takes. Wonder if I can give that. Yeah, so this handmade craft. That'll go to Mercury. That'll probably go to Ceres. Let's offer those. Oh no, that didn't go to Mercury. That went to that nerd. What does Pisophax do? Nobody. Yeah, trying to fill up Mercury is going to be a huge pain in the ass. Hmm. Oh, there we go. Boss is here. Come back over here, you giant butt face. Alright. Gonna loot all of that. And then we can come right back up here. Did I get... Hey, I got my chess piece. Okay, so I don't actually need to kill that boss anymore. So that was the last one right there. And so now what we need to do is we need to follow the road down to the desert. And when we get down to the desert, we're gonna die because I also think I probably should have made a leather worker and gotten myself a tent so that I could have like a mobile respawn. But I didn't do that. I believe this is a hidden chest. Nice. Okay, jackass. Might as well get some of those good goods. Did I just get a blue potion? No. Okay. So what's the secret, do you all think, to getting access to the merchant as quickly as possible? What should I use? What's the trick to getting Mercury unlocked? All right, here's the desert entrance. So we could run through that area right there. I don't think that's really a viable option. Instead, what I think we do is we go around the edge because there are always additional entrances to the desert, not just that one where the road leads. So we use the road to get here, and then we run around the outside, and then we find an entrance that doesn't require us to fight our way through a very, very difficult stronghold encounter. Ooh, that's bad. That was an unlucky little environment spawn there. At least I think there's multiple ways in. I could have sworn. That I've seen multiple ways into these. If we're gonna end up going like all the way around, then I definitely want a tent. Yeah, but here we go. So now we're in the desert, but we didn't have to deal with fighting through that really bad. We don't need another little duder. All we're really looking for, I just ran over a tiny spot of clay. So we're looking for a Cyclops statue that I can place down. And we're looking for maybe like chests or something that might have some resources or something that we need. So like... this is gonna be too long. But yeah, I mean, we need resources. All of these enemies are fairly difficult to kill. We're actually in a pretty bad spot. So we don't have any favor. So we haven't been able to get our skill that we really want. Crap, I got myself poisoned. There are oftentimes antidote potions in... See, like, here's a Cyclops. So we actually want to get this Cyclops unlocked. Ooh, this is interesting. Check this out. So if all those enemies are going to stay right inside of there... I might have a little trouble getting this wood. I need a palm tree. Right? Do palm trees drop wood? Nope. Just drop saplings. Do apricot trees drop a wood? Yes, they do. Hey, and there's a little hidden... So instead of fighting all these jackasses, because I'd probably lose that fight, thanks to nerds like this. Okay, now I hate my life. Okay. Dookie. That was a really good call, though, until they started spreading out again. Just to drop that catapult and then launch catapult stuff at them. This run is pretty well bricked. I think I have mostly the right idea, though. As far as, you know, you need the gear here. The big thing that I need to work out is I need to work out how to get the merchant so that I can get anti-poison. And then I need to increase my favor gain because I need shield slam. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4 favors as quickly as I can possibly get them in order to get shield slam, because my damage output would significantly increase. I'd be hitting for, 20 or 30 a hit, even with this bird gear, if I had my shield slam. And then I would not be in nearly as bad a position as I am without it. So there might be some way to do both of those things at the same time, right? Like gain the resources I need to be able to get my merchant at the same time as leveling up. So I wonder, okay, I'm not going to be able to just run through here. So that's something I just wanted to check real quick, was whether or not I was going to be able to get through. So this is why we ran around the outside, is because there's no way to get through there without fighting. Okay, well, we're going to take ourselves a little break from progressing here. And we are going to... Oh, God. Is it another freaking desert satyr? Yo, why are you all up in my Johnson? Jeez, Get off me. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to figure out, what does Mercury want? What can I get right now? This is obviously going to be Ceres. Yeah. This is probably also going to be Ceres. But we're going to check. Yes. This will probably be... Heck, I don't even know. Nobody. Okay. The current is also Ceres. And the bee... Actually, the bee's worth a lot. We could do sacrifices. This is an interesting thought. You get 5 each for a sacrifice. So I could just go around getting lots of dudes and then sacrificing them. And that could potentially give me every god. And so the reason getting every god would be pretty valuable is that I get a lot of worship points that way. And then I'll have access to some really early tier, like, buffs and stuff. So that might be worth. I'd have to see exactly how much it's going to take. Like, how many people, how much offering it takes to get the first one. Because I don't really know. But that could definitely be worth it. Let's get some sticks and planks. So we can make ourselves another crafting bench. So, let's see. So we would need like an insula. Those are really easy to make. So we put an insula up. And this would definitely force us to have to go do a lot more fighting. which would give us the levels we need to get our shield slam. Because I don't think maybe magic could get us through the Cyclops. Maybe. We're already... So, that's actually interesting. The bird's feather magic might actually be a path to doing that. And we already kind of need to build a leather worker so that we can have a tent. And we already have a bunch of extraneous leather that we can use to turn into cured hide, that we can use to level up to get to level 3. Because you do have to be level 3 with your leather worker, in order to make the bird magic. And so we can kind of do that. That's going to give us 5. I think I have a cart. Where's my cart at? Did a pot man walk away with it? I bet you a pot man walked away with it. What an asshole. So we need a leather worker. We need... well, we don't need an insula. So if we do the leather worker thing, I guess the other option is maybe even to make we could even use like a bow maybe and use the blacksmith to make lightning arrows. But we could take this dude, put him right there, and then I don't have all my leather, but I think I probably have enough to get him up to level 3. Hey, what's up, Canuck? What does it take to make a camping tent? Some sticks. So we want a tent, and then we just want all cured hide. That's probably not going to be enough. Now I have gotten some more hide that's in my corpse. But I don't know if it's going to be enough. It's going to take a while to get this leveled up. And then we've got to make a wool-bound scroll, which we have plenty of wool, easy to get wool. And then the wool-bound scroll is used to make the tier 3. Maybe that'll be enough. I don't know. In the meantime, since we have our insula here, we should go see about getting some people and how much it might take to unlock the different gods. We've definitely seen more peeps, so we should be good. We don't need anything there. The other option is maybe just like mining and woodcutting. So there's lots of things to break, right? Like I could just clear cut the shiznit out of all of that stuff. And maybe if we did that, that would give us the favor that we need. I don't know. Getting lots of bones definitely also seems like an option. The bones aren't worth very much, but I can get a lot of them. Oh, we got a fire dude. That's gonna suck. Most of those guys aren't all that scary. Let's see, melee damage and health over crit, I think, all day. Okay, dude. Yeah, but they only give 0.1 per. So it would take, like 100 bones. Or maybe a couple hundred. Yeah, I'm not playing hardcore right now, Canucks, so it doesn't really matter if I die. I mean, it sets me back a little bit, but it's not really a big deal. Right now, I'm just kind of trying to figure out exactly how to speed run this game. I want to be able to do that. I think if you were way better than me, you could probably kill all the bosses in about an hour. Ooh, there's a person. Silly advice, don't fall in the water. At least it doesn't kill you, like it apparently did when the game first launched. We're getting a bunch of arrows. I imagine all of these special arrows would work to get us access to Diana, the god Diana. So there's potentially something there. Because we can farm, so that's interesting. Let's go check that. We can farm those poison arrows by killing the bird boss. So if we go over to offerings, let's go over to sacrifices. He's currently my leather worker. I don't need anybody else. They're both in the insula. So we can sacrifice either of these. I'm just going to watch. I want to see how much this 5 gives. Okay, it's really not enough. I would probably need to get 20. I bet you it's 100 for the first level. So I'd probably need to get 20 people to sacrifice to get everybody up to level 1. So that's probably not viable. Now let's look at that gives, yeah, Diana. So I can get Diana up fairly quickly. It looks like each one of these gives like 1.5. Yeah. So each one of these poison arrows gives 1.5 worship. So I can really easily unlock Diana. And then I can go over here, claim that reward. The moon string gives you a well. Don't care about that. So we go look at offerings. And we go over here to this boss's bonuses. Ranged attack power, lumberyard level 2. Leather worker level 2, lumberyard, leather worker. Boost range damage. Ranged attack power, overall energy. Okay, so Diana's pretty useless. Because ranged weapons are at a pretty significant disadvantage in the space of speedrunning. Because you really rely on arrows to determine how good your ranged damage is. Okay, so this didn't even get this guy all the way up to level 2. That's pretty unfortunate. He's getting 100%. I think I did 10 things. Right, I did 9 cured hide and a 10. Since we're going to be making cured hide anyway, let's see who that works for and what it gives. Nothing. Okay. Totally useless. What about these? Lucky dice. Ooh, there it is. That was big for Mercury. Okay. That's the trick right there. So now let's take one of these other ones off and offer that up. That was also to Mercury. Got it. So Mercury really likes trinkets. And trinkets you can really come by fairly easily. And so now that I have Mercury, I can unlock... Is it a quest? The Art of the Trade. There you go. Offer up a denarius. I only have quadrains because I dropped all my stuff. So we'll have to work on that. But that'll give me the merchant. And then I can buy the pots that I need to make anti-poisons. Okay. So pretty much any 2 trinkets is good enough to make that happen. And then we need lots and lots of piggies for their leather. Because we need leather to level up the leather worker. We're going to try this stuff with magic and with shields. And just see what is it that's easiest to get to and gives you the most value. Ooh, I'm going to need an extra one. I didn't realize that the lignator wasn't enough to give me access. Oh, I don't have any favor points. Never mind. It was pig heaven, but now the time came for the slaughter. That's right. Pigs get fat, hogs get slaughtered. Okay. I feel like leveling up this leather worker is going to take way too much time. Even getting lucky like this with lots of pigs, I still don't even think that it's a viable option. The only reason that it might end up being faster, well, no, it won't, because I can just clear cut with mining and wood cutting, and that'll help me do that other stuff. So I wonder if it would almost be worth it instead to just make copper pickaxes and stuff. I don't even know. You know what? Actually, I might not even have to do that. I bet you... Oh, there's my... There is a log with an axe in it over on this side. And you can get stuff from those. Like other pickaxes. Now, I don't know if it's going to be a flint or if it's going to be... Don't you fucking shoot at me. It could be a copper pickaxe, though. Well, it's quite a bit of leather. It might end up being okay to do it with magic instead. Because I think we've probably got enough. Damn. Where did my little axe and a stump go? No clue. But you get lots of mining levels and stuff. Like we've got all these ruins. And so breaking all these ruins would end up giving us tons of mining XP. Now our mining skill's up to 9. And so every time you pass a level, right, you get a favor point. So I wonder how many favors or how many levels in mining and woodcutting would we need to get to maybe be able because that's level 10, so I got another new favor point there. I mean, I'm passing levels pretty quick this way. And you've got all of this stuff just right here around the base. That's really good for breaking. Gives a lot of XP. And so if I can get my 4 favors just by breaking this stuff down. There's also quite a bit over there around the bird, the boss. So that might be a viable... But we're already up to level 12 here. So we've gained 3 levels, 9, 10, no, 4 levels. All right, 14 mining only gave me 1 favor. Wow. So we still need 2 more, and we're only halfway to the next one. I can't believe how difficult it is to try and get favor. Hmm. I mean, this is lots of good XP. I'm leveling up super quick. But I just don't know if it's worth it. We'll have to look. I mean, we'll have to do it just to check. We'll make the bird spell, and we'll use it, and we'll get ourselves up to shield slam, and we'll use that. And anything that we can do like this, and like this, where we can hit lots of things all at once, that works real good. Oh, my shit's all fucked up. Yeah, my stream is lagging. What's going on, dude? Bueno? God damn it. This game doesn't like it. When I play on my actual computer instead of playing on the server. When I'm playing on the hosted server, it runs pretty well. But on my own PC, especially while I'm trying to stream, it doesn't really like it. And now there's like this crazy lag when I try and listen to my own audio. What is going on? Are you back yet? Nope. Everything is still jacked up. Hey, what's up, Slate? Well, let's try getting back into the open menu here and see if that will alleviate some of this lag that I'm having. Because I like to be able to listen to myself. Finally got my Steam back up and running so I can finally try out this game. Nice. They just extended the beta or the demo for like another 8 days until the 9th. So you've got a good week. I have the account Survival Hermito. If you would like to just be able to come and check out the persistent group world that we've been playing, you're welcome to do that. I'll accept you and then you can bounce in there. Most of the dungeons and stuff have been completed. So there's not really a lot of content to do in there, but yeah, I hate to do this, y'all, but my OBS is freaking the fuck out right now. So I don't think I can continue this stream. I don't think we'll be able to continue playing this game unless I play it on the hosted server, because playing and streaming bogs down my computer too much. My CPU is running at 100% right now. My memory is running at 100%. So there's just no way for me to do that. I have to play on the hosted server in order to play. So yeah, I hate to just bail after an hour and a half and not actually accomplishing anything. But I don't think we have a choice. So I hope everybody has a great rest of their day. I'll probably find a different game to play because there's not really any reason in going to the hosted server anymore for me. I like the idea of doing this speedrunning thing. I definitely want to learn the speedrunning stuff so that when the game fully comes out, we can kind of get right back to where we are right now. And then start exploring some new stuff. But yeah. Yeah, I hate to bail super early like this, but I hope everybody has a great day. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll come up with something else for us to play because this just isn't really going to work out for me. So I hope everybody has a great day, and we'll see you on the next one.